Did you remember back then when your parents told you, do not believe everything you see on TV? Yeah, this story tells about that example. So guys, today is a special day because nothing is working like I like that it works. So I'm sitting here in the Corvette C6. I get this car and the plan was to make a review. A good, great review. But after 10 minutes driving, I decide this car is not worth, not in my eyes, to make a serious review about it, because I'm really disappointed. But let's go back to the beginning. So I get the key, I walk over to the car, and I love how this car looks. I love the shape, I love everything about it. It looks so massive, it looks so sporty, it looks so nice, it's timeless. But from this point, when I open the door and I take a look in this interior, it is damn ugly interior, full of plastic, full of no emotions, absolutely no emotions nowhere. Yeah, what should I say? My emotions and my will to make a great and funny car review was gone immediately. But doesn't matter. So I thought to myself, listen, take a seat, start this great engine, 6.2 liter V8, and let's start driving, and I'm sure the fun and the emotion, they will coming back. So I already drive now 10-15 minutes, and it's even getting more worse because the way how this car is driven, it's the same way how the interior looks. Damn bad, you know? Damn ugly. This car doesn't drive how it looks. It drives like a limousine. It's emotionless. The only good thing about it is the engine, the sound of this engine, and how this engine has everywhere power and torque, but that's already is. The engine, it's a V8 6.2 437 powered engine. It's a great thing. It works well. It has always power, always torque. It has a great sound, but that's already is. Because what brings you such a great engine in such a bad car with such a bad gearbox? The gearbox is shitty. It's really, I cannot tell it in another way to you. The gearbox is shitty. That's how it is. This is absolutely not a gearbox for a sports car. This is a gearbox for a SUV or a limousine, and that's it. It's so slow. It doesn't make fun to drive this car with this gearbox. I'm sure if this car will be manual, it will be a different car. It will be a different story. Then I think you will see the whole potential about this engine, this great 6.2 V8 engine. But so, in this case, I'm really disappointed. It's such a slow, stupid gearbox. And you can go to the manual mode and start changing the gears here at the steering wheel, at this ugly plastic steering wheel. And it's getting a little bit better, but it's still a big disappointment. It's slow, really slow. And you feel how much power this great engine lose to this gearbox. It's so sad. I don't know what these guys from Chevrolet was thinking when they made this car. How they could put such a bad transmission in this car. It's a 6-speed automatic gearbox, and that's it. That's it. I can put it in a Kia, in a Hyundai. That's where this gearbox belongs to these cars, but not to this one. So yes, in case of all this, I decided so I will not make really a great car review about it. It will be a short thing about how bad this car is. It is really bad, in my eyes. It is really bad because it doesn't promise this to you what it looks like when you walk to this car. This nice muscular linear design. When you take a look at this C6, it looks so mighty, but it drives so creepy. It drives really not mighty. It drives, oh man, I'm searching for the right words. It drives shitty. What should I tell it to you? It drives really shitty. Then the next thing, we talk about the interior. I don't want to talk about the interior. It's such a big disappointment. This interior is like when you love a girl and she gets cheated you with another guy. The same disappointment here with the interior. It's really that bad. And the next thing is how this car drive in general. The suspension of this car is minimum the same catastrophe like the gearbox. It doesn't feel like it belongs to this car, like it belongs to this chassis. It feels like it belongs to such stupid SUV or a stupid truck. It's so feedbackless. You don't know how the tarmac is. You doesn't have the nuts to drive it fast because it's so swarmy. It doesn't give you no feedback. Yeah, you're not fitting well in this car. The desire to drive it, the pleasure you have to drive it fast and sport is gone. Latest at this point, after you took the first corner with this shitty gearbox, and then you feel how also shitty this suspension is, your pleasure is gone. But what is really most funny about this thing is this Corvette has the Z51 package. The Z51 package has the better brakes. I don't feel it. These brakes are bad. These brakes are useless. You doesn't feel the drop point. It feels swarmy. Every time you press it, it feels different. You doesn't have the confidence that you want to drive fast and brake aggressive. The other thing is, and this is the even more funnier thing, is the Z51 package has the better suspension than the normal Corvette. This here is the better suspension. Really? This here is the better suspension. I don't want to know how the other suspension is from the normal Corvette, because this here is such a bad suspension. Come on, please take a look. I tried to go fast in the corner. That's such a disappointment. You doesn't have this precision that you want to get from a sports car. This is the precision of a truck. Simple as that. So really, if this is the better suspension, how bad is the other one? And the last thing, the cooling of the engine is better. Yeah, it might be, but I don't want to find it out because I don't want to drive this car sporty, and so I will never find out how good this cooling is. Simple as that. And so at the end, we will make a small what I like and what I don't like movie. So what I like is the engine. It's a great engine. What I like and love is how this car looks. But at the end, this car looks like it promised to you something, and at the end it can keep holding. So this car is a big liar. It's a big liar. And so this is what I don't like. I like the trunk. This car looks sporty, like a sports car. It has a big trunk. What is nice, you can I really hate the interior. I hate even more the gearbox, and I hate the suspension. And I hate how this car feels on the road. It's so difficult to explain it to you. Because okay, the door that I was open was the door from a sports car. You're reminded. But this car doesn't feel not at all like a sports car. It feels like a stupid, boring truck. So what's happened in this meantime from when I open the door and until I start the engine? I don't know. This is the Corvette effect. I call it the Corvette effect. A new name is born. This is the Corvette effect. Okay? You walk in the direction to a sports car, you open the door from a sports car, you start to driving a truck. Simple as that. This is the Corvette effect. Welcome to the Corvette effect, guys. Yes. And at the end, that's how it is, yes. What is also a really stupid thing is, this is a car with a Targa rooftop, okay? A Targa rooftop means you will open it and drive open, so like we do it. The problem is, when it's evening and it's getting a little bit colder, you want to close your windows, but you want to still drive with the open rooftop. But the problem is, as soon you drive faster than 80 kilometers per hour, the wind hitting non-stop in your head with this like a machine gun fire from the wind. Everybody know how this feels. When you sometimes don't close the back windows, you have also this bumpy window noise that goes right into your head. Same story here. And as more faster you're driving, it's harder. The more harder it's getting into your head. After 2 minutes you have headache. So the only way to stop this is drive slower than 80 kilometers per hour. What means forget about it to drive with this car at the highway with closed windows. You need to open up the windows. But I wish you many fun. I want to see how long you want to drive 120, 140 kilometers per hour on the highway with open windows. After 15 minutes, the fun is gone. The other way is, drive slower or open the window, and that's it. I don't know what this guy who developed this car, what they did. Did they drive this car after the development was done? I think they just give everybody, yeah man, high five, give high five, we are finished, we go home, and they don't drive this thing. They send it directly to the production and to the customer without drive this car. Because I cannot explain it to me how somebody can give this car to a customer, to a well-paying customer, and give it like this, So when you go highway with this car, you need to put the rooftop on. Okay, we come to the end. For which person is this car? If you're an older guy and you want to get a comfy car, but that's it, just a comfy car that looks like a sports car, and it's no problem for you that this car is boring, welcome to your home. This is your car, my friend. Or you're just a guy that want to have a sporty looking car to impress to the women, to the girls, but doesn't have the desire and the pleasure to want to drive sporty. It just must looking good, and you have no troubles with it, that this is a big liar. Also to you, my friend, welcome to your new car. This is the right car for you, so you can get it right now cheap. These cars are no more expensive. They really looks great, but that's it. This car looks great, it has a good engine, but that's already it. All the other things are bad about this car. And so yes, we will stop here. I will bring the car back, so I'm on the way to bring it back and give the keys back and enjoy the rest of my weekend without this car. So have a nice evening, guys.